talk about the life of one of the few queens of Spain, Isabel II. She was born on the 10th of October 1930 in Madrid. She started to reign in the age of 3, but obviously a 3-year-old child couldn't reign yet, so her mother became her regent. Her downfall was in 1868. She died on the 9th of April 1904 in Paris, and she was a Roman Catholic. Her full name is Mary Isabel Louise of Bourbon and of the Two Sicilies. Her parents were Ferdinand VII of Spain, the King of Malaga, and Mary Christine of the Two Sicilies. And she was a kind of special person because after the death of Ferdinand VII, she had a secret marriage with the general of the castle, but they try to hide it. It's a bit complicated to try to hide like 8 children, so the whole country was a bit suspicious about it. She had a younger sister named Luis Fernanda, but rumor has it that it's not her full sister, that it's just a half-sister because her father died already, but Mary Christine was already pregnant when he died, so they don't know really if it's sister or not. Her first marriage, and only marriage, was with Francis of Assisi of Bourbon, who was her second cousin, and they hated each other. They couldn't they couldn't with each other. So sometimes she just made love with persons to provoke her husband, and she couldn't live with that guy, and she had a lot of lovers and a lot of children. She had 9 children, but only 5 reached adulthood. Some of them died in pregnancy. Others died when they were 8, 9. They had an illness, and rumor has it too that she had about 10 abortions. And her heir to the throne was Alfonso VII. She ruled from 1843 to 1868. And she had a lot of enemies. One of them was her uncle Carlos, the brother of her father, who wanted to claim her throne because he thought that a woman wasn't able to reign a whole country, which, in my opinion, I don't think is right, but the whole country just had the same opinion. So they tried to fight against her, and he was a Calvinist and she was a Roman Catholic, which made a lot of problems too. Her mother made her unpopular due to the secret marriage too, so people hated her more because she was in that kind of family. There was a whole political instability in Spain because, as Margot told you, there was a revolution with Ferdinand, and it was a mess at that time, and Isabel II couldn't handle that mess. Another reason why people thought, okay, she's not the right queen. And there were a lot of economical problems because she was a generous queen and she spent a lot of money for her subjects. But for things like, health centers and good things for her subjects, but people didn't like that because the country became just more poor. And there was an attempted murder in 1852, and they think that it was her uncle who arranged the whole thing, but we don't know. In 1868, that was the year of her downfall, was at the same time the Glorious Revolution of Spain. And the Glorious Revolution of Spain was due to her. There were many glorious revolutions in the whole world, but the one of Spain was only because of Isabel II, because they really didn't want her on the throne anymore, because of all of these reasons and more. So she had to escape to France. But she had a good friend there, Napoleon III. It's not the Napoleon we all know, it's another Napoleon. And he provided her a whole castle, but I'm going to tell you that later. That's him. So she was in exile, and she said that she's going to abdicate in favor to her son, because then he had the chance to get the whole king thing. And yeah. Her son was, by the way, Alfonso VII, this guy. and I think Adri is going to present him.
Yeah.
And she finally left her husband in 1874, and I think that was one of her happiest moments in her entire life. Here, the Castile Palace in France, that's a palace where Napoleon III built only for her. And they thought that they were kind of lovers together, because who would build a whole castle for a queen of Spain who's like kind of enemy of France? So she visited Spain a few times, but she couldn't influence the decisions of her son, even though she tried, because her son was kind of stubborn and he did what he wanted to. And finally, she died in Paris by reason of an illness, an unknown illness. I don't know why, and I couldn't find anything about it, but it was tragic. That was the end of it.